So in this video, let's discuss a few use cases related to conditional visibility of the chat widget. As you may remember from the other video, one of the settings fields in the widget display section is widget state, and one of the options is conditionally visible. Thanks to that, you can make your chat visible only for users that meet specific criteria. Let's select that one and save. Now in the People section, let's go to Filters, and here you see an attribute widget visibility, which can have one of the two values. Widget is visible and widget is not visible. With widget state set to conditionally visible, all users who have that attribute set to widget is visible will see the chat widget, and all with widget is not visible won't see it. But how to decide to whom a widget should be displayed? There are three methods you can use here. First, you can update a given user manually, simply by setting the value of widget visibility to a preferred one. When Amanda Smith enters my site now, the chat widget doesn't appear because there is no value set for widget visibility attribute for her. But I'm setting the attribute value to widget is visible, and after changing, the widget now appears for Amanda. Second, you can filter out a given group of users and make a batch update. For example, I'm selecting all users that have had any deals related of value over $500 in the last 3 months, and for them, I'm setting the widget visibility on. If after some time you decide to change the widget state to any other one, the widget will be visible to all. Manual update of widget visibility attribute may be useful when we have a very annoying user communicating to us via chat and we want to hide it for that particular person. The disadvantage of manual updating of widget visibility attribute is that the change is not dynamic, so you will need to manually update or check the attribute for every new user meeting your criteria. And third, you can of course use an automation and create it in a way that will change the value of widget visibility attribute automatically, depending on whether a user does or doesn't meet given criteria. Let's go to automations and assume you want to show chat widget only to clients who have registered on your website, as you want to provide them with chat support 24/7. As a trigger, I'm adding event trigger and selecting the event registration, as this event occurs at the exact moment when a given user registers on my site. Then I'm adding update an attribute module. The widget visibility will be set to visible. I'm saving it and setting to each time condition is met, as this event in most cases will be triggered only once per user. We see that now when a user enters my website, the chat widget doesn't appear. But they register, and after that, when the same user re-enters my site, the chat is now available. And this is because his widget visibility attribute has been automatically updated to widget is visible. Remember that by default, the value of widget visibility attribute is empty for every user. So with our automation active and with the chat widget state set to conditionally visible, only those users who register will be able to see and use the chat widget. Another useful example of automation trigger could be added to list. It would work nicely for e-commerce businesses and, for example, activate the chat widget only for users who have been added to the list VIP users after they have made at least one single purchase of value higher than $250. In some cases, you may want your chat widget to be displayed on a certain web page of your site only, for example, on pricing web page or contact details web page. Or make chat widget visible only for users who click a given button, like subscribe now. It is possible to set it by Google Tag Manager or JavaScript API calls, and we will discuss those examples in other videos. As for now, we have discussed a few use cases of conditional visibility of the chat widget. Thanks for listening.